Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason here at Signature Sports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge. Apologies about being 3 laps into the race. Having an issue connecting to iRacing, so just trying to make sure that we excuse me, we let you know. Outcast Racing League running Indianapolis today. Good. It's been a clean race so far. I've been able to watch the very start of the race as we've been loading in and as we were getting things set up for the session. But just absolutely a ton of fun. Folks, still not feeling well. Trying to get over the a few things. So if I sound funny, that is exactly what it is. Matt Redford out front. We can take a look at the starting grid and how the field lined up. At least it should. We should be able to. Let's see. Come on now. Here is the qualifying result. Yeah, this was the qualifying for you. So I know how to work the system. Redford was the pole sitter. Gunnarsson was second. Durand, Langton, Andre Salanders out there. Parker Hamilton in row 3. That was Keith Fallon and Bromfield in row 4. Killingbeck, Ankenbauer, row 5. Wayne Garland and Wyborn out there in row 6. Tyler Humphrey, Andrew Garland Anthony Garland in the 7th. Austin Chappie and Robert Tuiscu in 8th. Chris, the 99 was in. Was in row 9 with Al Reed to his outside. And boom. There's the rest of the field. Kevin Bullock in the back. Frederick Leon in the back. Mike Durfee, James Carlin, Joshua Benton, Gary Wright. All of those guys didn't qualify, but they are back here in the back. And folks, normally I'm a little bit more energetic and a little bit more into everything, but I tell you what, we're just doing what we do. Redford out front though. John Langton second. Langton's had a good race last week. Andre Salander, a new driver in the field for me here, so hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. But the number 4, I don't know, 140 on his paint scheme. All right, folks, I'm gonna do a lot of less talking today than I normally do, and my throat's just sore and been coughing, but we're gonna let these guys roll. I wanted to make sure the stream got put up and we looked at what was going on. Indianapolis is huge about the big runs, and a lot of times if they don't wreck early, it's going to be a long race, and we're seeing good things. Gunnarsson pulling back up. There is the old 33. Not seeing his teammate in the field today. He was they've been really strong since the start of the series. So it's good to see the 33 still rolling. He and Solo, that's who it is, Daniel Solo. Solo's been super fast and maybe taking a week off this week. Josh Bromfield right there in the 6th spot. Bromfield still trying to make up some of those ground, some of the ground on the season points that he needs. Stephen Parker Hamilton right there in the 66. Folks, here it is. I'm going to let it roll on exciting as Matt Redford leads, and I'm going to give it a little bit. I'll be right back. Josh, thank you for the like. Much love. All right, let's catch you up. Thank you for the stars out there, Austin. I appreciate you very much. I says hope you feel better. Working on it. Working on it. It's a long cold that's just not subsided. 14 of 60 for the drivers as Langton runs 2 seconds off the pace his last lap, 54.30. And he's right there on pace with Redford. Redford 54.15, but he's just going to need some stuff. All right, caution's going to be thrown here. Looks like we're going to see. I think Frederick Leone was involved. I think James Garland. James, thank you for watching out there. I appreciate you too. I see you on the chat, on the stream out there. Thank you so much. Something add to Fred, and we'll take a look at Frederick and see what happened. Bam. Maybe. I don't know. Caution happened. Let's take a look here. Frederick had to jump to pits, so something happened there. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Oh, maybe it was right here. It is 94 to the 62 right there. Tyler Humphrey was trying to go around on the inside. Maybe he came up the track a little bit right there. We'll see. A little far chase on that one. And back up. Just a moment here. They were in turn, like turn 3 right there. So let's far chase this one and take a look. 94 goes to the bottom, goes down into the corner. Sometimes when you drive straight into the corner here at Indy, being the quad oval it is, it pushes you up the racetrack, gets into the gas, he does. Oh, 60, he and the 62 disconnected. A little hard racing incident right there, trying to pass in the corner, and man, it happens. It does happen. Everybody's coming to pit road, though. You know that's happening. Race information for you on what's going on here. 60 laps, 1 fast repair, 55% fuel in the cars. Normally you run about 28 to 34 laps in the old Gen 6 cars. This is the first time I've seen the next gen cars at Indy, I believe, since the release. So we're going to be looking at, I'm sure, somewhere around that 20 lap mark. Four sets of tires in the pits. That's normally what they run, and a good section for them. Outcast Racing League, ton of fun for them, and we'll see just where these folks are at. Seven is trying to get himself situated right there, and he's going to be back a little bit. His pit box was, I think he might have been a little bit crooked in his pit box right there. Had to reset himself, so he's going to come out where he does and be the way it is. Matt Redford is going to be out front. Jonas is going to pick up second here. He's fallen in the 09. It's going to be there in second. Josh Bromfield to fourth, right where he started. Hasn't had any gains or losses, so maybe trying to pick up the pace. Some drivers were looking at a long run there, and that was a good run. 14 laps before the first caution, and man, we're back at it again. George, thank you for the like out there. Appreciate you very much. And folks, normally, like I said, normally I'm 100% better than I am today, and today I just don't feel. Excuse me. I felt like doo-doo for 3 or 4 days, and got the old test, and the test is negative, so that's always good. Wayne's gonna get a free pass here. We get that wave around. He was a lap down, and he looks to try to make up some of that ground. James Garland on pit, Leone on pit. Gary Wright must be out there race controlling or watching the race, doing whatever he's doing. It's all good. Man, oh man. All right, I got to bring up all the other stuff, Discord and all that fantastic stuff. Yeah. All right, double duty today. No Toad Racing League next tonight, as we get things ready to rock and roll. We're all set for that one today. I just had issues with when you have issues with iRacing, you don't like it. I don't like it. All right, lights are off on the pace car. We're going to have 43 more laps here when we go back to green flag racing. And, yeah. Going to be fun. Excuse me. All right, pace car's going in. Redford, Gunderson, Fallen, Bromfield, 17 of 60. And something's going on with Wayne back here. Green flag. I'm having a Wayne. Wayne's got flat tires. Not sure what's going on there. I don't know if he was warming up his tires or something happened to his wheel. Wayne's going to have to find his way around the pit road here. He's got flat tires. He's got... And you can see him hobbling. See the sparks coming off of the car there. Redford out front, though. Gunderson trying to catch back up. Big way around this racetrack. We're back to green flag racing. Redford, Gunderson, Solander, Fallen. All trying to make up some ground here. Captain Jack's all over the 09. Thank you to Daniel in the YouTube chat. Couldn't make it today, he said. And good luck to the NHR boys. Good to see you in the chat, Daniel. I was wondering what happened to you. We normally see you out there getting faster and faster and putting the pressure on Redford and your teammate Gunderson. Holy cow, folks. Just trying to stop coughing over here. Apologies. Second caution of the race is going to come out. Tuisku having an issue back there. We'll see what that is. Folks, all my cautions brought to you by Nerds Do Nerd Things. Thank you to Nerds Do Nerd Things for being who they are. Looks like to me 6 in the corner, 7 got into the gas a little bit here. Oh, just went to the outside, thought he was clear to go to the outside, and Tuisku goes around. So Redford getting into the back quarter panel of the 6. That was, I don't know, that was or that Redford, that was Langton. Sorry, Langton into the back right quarter panel of the 6 there. No biggie. Not too big of an issue there. I'll make sure trading paints is working correctly. You know, is the cool stuff. We want to be one of the cool kids here. Back to life. Re-downloading the paint. Second caution of the race. He's trying to get faster, and he went to the outside, and this wasn't clear. But I tell you what, Tuisku had an epic save there. Looked pretty darn good. But for you race leader, Gunnarsson, Salander, Fallen, Bromfield, Reed, Wyborn, Parker, Hamilton, Killingbeck, Bullock. That'll be those drivers. Wyborn, one of the biggest movers of the race. Actually, we have 3 drivers that are up 13 spots from the start of the race. And yeah, I like it. Lots of movement here. Well, at least that's according to the SDK relative. I do think that the starting grid is maybe a little jacked up here. So I actually might not be able to tell you the biggest mover of the race. The grid was set, and we looked at the grid, but the session is showing me some different things. So it's all good. Redford, Gunnarsson, because Matt Redford was your pole sitter, saying he's up 9 spots, and that's not right. All good. Matt Redford, Gunnarsson. There goes James Garland. He's going to get his lap back. He's going to be your lucky dog here today. He is the pool boy. I like it. I like it. Mr. Shappy back up in the mix. There's the 45. Shappy involved there? He's a lap down. 2 laps down, sorry. I'm wondering. Mike's going to be in pit road. He's coming back out. Mike, getting better and better each race. Bromfield in 4th, Al Reed in 5th. I know Al was he started in the back. He didn't put up a qualifying time, so he is probably up 14 spots. And thank you to Al Reed for being one to wear my face on his hood. There's the 62 of Wyborn. Parker Hamilton to the 66. Mike Killingbeck right there in the 70, driving a new Marine Corps paint scheme. Joshua Benton got the old Budweiser on. I like that paint scheme. And folks, the reason why I like that paint scheme is because the chrome of the 69 looks like the chrome that you would see on the traditional American lager cans. And that's pretty wicked. I don't know how well it's going to show up on the stream for you, but that is, whoever did that paint scheme, kudos to you, because you made the chrome look just like what the can does when it comes to the filtered embossed lettering, and that is really good job. Wow, I'm impressed. All these painters out there. I mean, I could do some things graphically with Photoshop that'll blow your mind, but people taking the time to do just that for the for these cars here on iRacing, utilizing spec maps and what they're meant to be done. That's absolutely insane. I have to keep that in mind. Maybe bring this up. We have our podcast next Friday. 25 of 60 being ran. Redford, Gunnarsson, Salander, Bromfield, and Al Reed. It's going to be your top 5. Wyborn's going to be right there, folks. We're going to let them run. Let it do it. Throw it on exciting. And I'm continuing to hydrate. I'm trying to clear the congestion that I have right now. So much love, much appreciation. For those who don't know, Facebook opened our cool stuff up. And I think they've gotten their things fixed when it comes to when they were flagging my posts and stuff like that. So thank you, Facebook, for fixing what they needed to over there, or maybe it was just part of something that was, going on that was freaky. But for about 5 days, everything that I had was being flagged for DMCA strikes or possible copyright strikes or whatever, and there was no way that was possible, and Facebook was doing that. So I combated that a little bit, and I think they got it right, because I haven't had for 2 days I haven't had one flag post, so that's pretty awesome. I appreciate that. 71 to 33 4 12 3. And of course, cautions do happen. Indianapolis is a track that is very tough to pass. The draft is very important. Tire wear over the long haul, it's the most hard thing to manage here. And when you fall off basically. You'll have your normal few lap times where you have normal fall off by about a tenth or a tenth and a half, and then all of a sudden you look at your lap times and you're down 2 seconds, and you're like, well, that was where my tires fell off. And so managing that lap is what's important. As you see the 71 try to shake up the draft there at Indy, you see that out of the cars a lot. They try to move down the racetrack to break the draft of the car behind them to be able to extend some of that speed. Killing back right here, trying to do the same thing. Tuisku getting into the wall a little bit right there, a little right side. What car is running? Is he running? Is it this? What does it say? It's hard to read. It's probably my setting. Sparkly Unicorn. It's Sparkly Unicorn number 6. Get it, Tuisku. I like it. Sean Langton on the move. He goes around Josh Benton here in the 69. He is trying to work himself back to the front. He's got the dog, the dog we all love to shoot on the front from old Duck Hunt. And I mean that as in the video game pup. We've all seen that laughing dog. If you have played the Nintendo at any point, Tuisku right there to the front side. Want to see the drive line here out of 2. Little wall tap for the 6. And you can tap the wall. You just want to make sure that you hold on to it. 7 giving a big shove to the 6 here. Little bump draft for the 2 drivers. Tuisku still seemed like he tapped the wall a little bit there. They're rubbing and racing here. 6 and a 7 side by side. Benton getting a little bit dirty on the corner entrance, corner exit. Keeping it straight though. They make it clear. Redford out front. Gunnarsson the closest he's been on the short run outside of the restart. So they're picking some things up. There's Salander right there in the old Chevy. Like his paint scheme too. They're doing a pretty darn good job. New teammate for the NHR team. Bromfield in 4th. Very comfortable. Al Reed making some ground up here. Al's been very good at this racetrack from the Gen 6 series from Joe's Six-Pack Racing League over to this series now. Very, very strong, very, very competent driver. Kellingbeck right there as well. He's really good. Parker Hamilton making some moves. He's got a very clean paint scheme. His looks just like the Budweiser one. Whoever did this, you're awesome. Send me that information. Where did you pick these up? Who did these for you? Because I want to know. I want to know. That is a beautiful paint scheme. It looks just like the frosted can. We're gonna have to set up these car cams to that I can look at the paint schemes a little bit closer. when I want to see those kinds of details. I can see them, and hopefully you can too, but I want to be able to showcase that stuff. That's talent right there, folks. Yeah. Tyler Humphrey in the 94 making up some room here. Been able to roll to Isku. Got the 8 of David Ankenbauer behind him. Caution's going to come out. Fred was back on track trying to rebound some of that time, and he's going to go around, so they're going to rack him, stack him, redo it here. Here's a look at what happened. I think 13 might have gotten loose here. He did. He got loose out of the corner. Full set. Comes around. Oh, he's just loose. He's just free. He tries to save it. Yep. Sideways. He's trying to stop the car. That's the big thing. And he gets it turned back around. All right. He's able to make it work. That car just went free. Gotta get himself off the grass here. Hopefully he can. Ooh. These cars, whenever they get cold tires, when they start getting free like that. Yeah, his car's messed up. See how you can't drive? You can't. When you goosed it out of the corner there, you damaged that right front. And once you get that right front heavily damaged, it won't let you turn the car. 8 into the Twisku there. It's going back to look at the Sparkly Unicorn paint scheme. Twisku's getting beat up here. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe the Sparkly Unicorn is something that folks are going to go after. I don't know. Humphrey's going to stay out. Now some nose damage for the 8 here. Shappy should be your lucky dog. He going around. 32 of 60 here for the drivers. Little Fiddlehead Brewing Company. Little IPA action on him. Humphrey staying out. James should be getting a free pass here, but Tyler's going to stay out. Most of the drivers, I believe, will still need to come into pit road for fuel at least one time. I don't think that they can make it to the end at 28 laps on 55% fuel. So it is what it is. Casey, thank you for the like out there. Casey Deese, you're amazing. Appreciate you very much. Appreciate everybody. Keep it rolling, Redford. CTD. Good to see you all and all the amazing things that you're doing. Speaking of things that we should be doing, I want to make sure that I'm in the creator studio on the social platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. I want to make sure all of you folks are knowing that I'm supporting you and you're all amazing. One of the coolest guys that I've gotten to meet, other than, of course, Nathan Bogart and Al Reed. Nathan Bogart, of course, the commentator for Skulky Esports and the proprietor over there, but one of my pals on it. But Chris here is one heck of a Star Citizen guru. I say guru, but he's been rocking it. He's been out there playing Star Citizen with me on my off time whenever I'm trying to figure out that game and figure out the process. And for those who know the way that I game out there, whenever I game, I devote my time and energy to it. Probably a little bit too much, and this guy's devoted some time to helping me understand it as well. So hats off to Chris. Not only a pretty awesome driver, but pretty awesome when it comes to getting out there and being part of the community. So thank you all as well. Big Mo is the key. Burnt Rubber Media out there in the chat. Good to see you. Thank you so much. What's up, man? It's been a while to you as well. Thank you so much for being out there on Twitch. Just haven't see, you can tell I'm trying, folks, and I got another broadcast after this, and I'm trying to clear everything all day long. It's just been like this. So thank you to everybody out there. You're all amazing. Thank you to everybody on all the platforms. A little hydrate action never hurt anybody. Yeah, we'll make sure that all those hydrates are redeemed. Complete. Bill gave it to us. Big old double O Chris, double 07 Chris out there is in this one. Thank you to folks. Momentum is the big key here, but the big thing about this one is making sure that you get it rolling. Third caution of the race, and caution laps are only 3 here, so they get right back rolling, and they do it pretty darn fantastically. Good to see you all. Danny out there letting us know what's going on. Make sure that this is under the gaming section on all the platforms, because Restream doesn't allow me to select that until afterwards. Make sure this is also on the Outcast Racing League. You can go back on our YouTube channel, watch all of the VODs in each section. If you're looking for a specific video or a specific race, Outcast Racing League is the playlist that I put this stuff in here. Much love to you folks in what you're doing, and keep yourselves fantastic. Tyler Humphrey, your race leader. Gunnarson's going to be in second here. Redford's going to pull up right behind. Redford's going to have to pass somebody for the first time. But Humphrey, he rolls 34 of 60. Gunnarsson behind. Redford, nice run into turn 2. Turn 2 is the one corner that when I drive Indy, it gives me a lot of trouble. And just like that, you're seeing these guys just be talented. Turn 4 is a little bit better. Actually, turn 4 gets better for me over the long haul of the race. But turn 2 is the one that, if you're not entering turn 2 correctly, you can find yourself up the racetrack very fast. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of room on corner exit. It feels like there's more room on turn 4, even though they're the exact same turn, except for the banking is off by 1 degree. Gunnarsson, your race leader, he goes around Humphrey. They're pretty early. I think tires and speed a big factor, but even on older tires, you can keep up here. As Redford pulls up second, he's going to be trying to roll that dirty air now. First time in dirty air. Behind Gunnarsson, we'll see if he's going to be able to try to close down that pace. Gunnarsson breaks the draft. 71 follows suit here. This is a track you do that at. That I do understand. I promise, folks. I promise. And seeing it on the 1.5 tracks, that's when I don't understand it. But I'm not the racer. Thank you all so very much for being who you are. Lots of stars being sent over the course of the last couple of days. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the bits on Twitch. Thank you for all the folks following on YouTube as well. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, the platforms for Signature Esports. Caution one more time. Wyborn involved. They were just getting rolling. And here's what happened. Wyborn right here. Oh, Benton off the wall. No. Whoa. At least the damage model looks good. Except for the clipping of the cars. Man, oh man, let's back it up. Benton just tapped the wall there. He got tight. When I talk about getting tight off the corner here, especially on the straightaways, he's into turn 3. There's Joshua Benton behind Fallon right there. I believe he was trying to check up in front of him. So here's what happened. 69. Ooh, oh. Checks up, hits the brakes, goes high to fall into the 09, and there's a wall tap. Little netcode. There it is, folks. Netcode strikes again. Here's a look at what netcode looks like. Quarter speed for you. So the 62's down. He comes up, and it looked like from the advantage point we had before that they made contact. However, I mean, the 69 does hit the wall, comes down a little bit. He does save it, and they were not going to hit. And you see that the 62 gets turned around right there. Let's stop this. And right about, you see it, the moment of impact, right about there. That's just maybe a frame or two prior to that. The old netcode strikes again. Folks, dang old dang netcode. Dang old dang netcode. All right, folks, if you're out there, make sure that you like, follow, subscribe. And I'm trying to get a little bit better and make sure that we can be more energetic. I'm working my tushy off here to feel it. That's the thing when you do this. There's no off days. You have to do it, and unless I like, the only time I didn't is whenever I had the COVIDical. I took the time off to heal from that because that was rough. This just feels like a bad cold that is just kind of not working and not going around. Shappy's still a lap down. James Garden getting the lucky dog though. Excuse me. Trying to figure out why Shappy didn't get the lucky dog there. Shappy would have been on the lead lap. Well, that's about as unfortunate as all get out. I don't understand why Shappy didn't get the lucky dog there. It is what it is, I guess. Shappy is next in line. I don't know. All right. Caution. Nerds doing their things. You can find them on Spotify, which is where I watch them. They release a new podcast every Friday. And, of course, and always, you can check them out on their Facebook page. They have a YouTube channel as well. Something new this next Friday. Asphalt Outlaws Racing Series went ahead and had their championship race this past week. And congratulations to the 4 of that series. Being absolutely awesome and bringing it home. Last night, we had a good race with the Goat Racing League. Watch Grijalva get into the win. Not without controversy, apparently. There's some things on the track I didn't see, and then after the fact, I was looking at it going, maybe we need to go back and relook at that race. So, something we're going to be doing is Friday, every Friday about 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be get on here and talking to folks, kind of like that old Dale Jr. download mixed with the podcast, mixed with just a little bit of everything that has to deal with gaming and with a heavy focus on iRacing and a heavy focus on the things that I enjoy. But I want to make sure that you guys tune in for that, and you can ask questions, and it's it's going to be the town hall for what we do over here at Signature Esports and the things that I'm interested in, and the things that basically I want to connect more and not just be talking about just iRacing, but I want to talk about gaming in general and things that are coming up that I really, really enjoy, and things that you guys enjoy, and topics of the gaming verse, like toxicity in gaming. I can't wait to talk about that, because I have my own opinion about about toxic people and toxic players, and it is what it is. Anywho, that'll be next Friday about 6 p.m. Tonight, No Toad Racing League gets back in action. They're going to be at Nashville, which is absolutely awesome. Tomorrow night, the IVRL, they're going to be at Nashville. Tuesday night, Goat Racing League is off for the week. Wednesday night, we are going to do a fun run race. And then, let's see, Thursday. Wait, no. I think Tuesday we're racing. Thursday, we should be racing again. Chop Shop Racing League should be back in action Thursday. And then Friday, I know that we have the podcast. And then Saturday, we are not racing because it is 4th of July weekend. Caution once again. Something going on back here. They're trying now we're getting into the back-to-back cautions where things are just being unsettled, and let's see what happened here. Whoa. 6 planted into the 0-1 there of Kevin Bullock. Wow. Something happened. Dave Duran. Let's follow Kevin Bullock back here just a little bit. Something happened there. Holy cow. The damage model is really working for the drivers. I think the 0-1 might have turned down in front of the 6 here. The 6 was there on his inside. Let's look. 6. Nope. 6 just got right to the back quarter panel. Another one of those hard racing incidents that were unfortunate. And of course, when you hit the right side of these of the wall, these cars tend to go around that way. And now his right front is cooked to the right. You see that? So he's driving this just like in NASCAR. You see this happen all the time. He's driving with that tire. I'm surprised it doesn't smoke more. It is sparking like crazy. I'm surprised it's not being. Oof. A bad look right there. Gunderson coming around to meet the pace car. We're going back under caution. Pace lap's coming. There's Dinner Things, Outcast Racing League. We're just trying to get rolling, and everybody's coming in for fuel. I do believe with 21 laps to go, if they all come in for fuel now, they all should make it on fuel. Maybe have a set of tires in the pits. Langton trying to rebound. He's back up in the pace. Bromfield, though, that's the driver I would say might make a late race move. We'll see. Matt Redford still trying to work his way out front. Ever since he got in dirty air, clean air is his king. And right now, my fellow Blues fan from across the pond is making some things work. So we'll see. He's still going to be able to rebound. Ankenbauer, Tuisku, Hamilton, Benton, Anthony Garland, Mike Durfee. All these drivers are still looking at being where they need to be. Shappy's going to be back on the lead lap, and that's about time. I think iRacing finally got it right. Garland will be the next driver to look to be on the lead lap. He is a few laps down, but he's been able to rebound here. Wayne Garland looking as well. 22nd for the driver. Frederick back on the track. Let's see, Royal Magenta Exaltus 2022 Global Automotive Color of the Year. Huh. Didn't know that. Got to pay attention more. Thank you, everybody out there, for being out there. Thank you for your patience during the race as I work through the congestion. And finally, normally I'd go through this routine before races that breaks up anything that, in my throat, that in my head, congestion like that when it comes to things like this, that works for me. And I'm still dealing with it, but I can talk and I can do this, and things just kind of work for me. So I appreciate you very much for taking the time to see what we're doing here, and I will get it. I promise I will get it. Ankenbauer, Tuisku, Parker Hamilton, Benton, Anthony Garland, Mike Durfee, and then Al Reed, Langton, Gunderson, and Solander are all there. 10, Redford in 11th. We've got some work to do. All right, folks, I'm going to let them race it out, and I'm going to take a little pause for the cause to continue to hydrate. And make sure you do as well. Just like, follow on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Let's see what these drivers can do here. Oh, Mr. George Jewell out there saying I need to rest and kick this thing. I do need to rest and kick it, but I have been resting. That's been the thing. I've been resting. I've been kicking it and been trying to. It's just not doing it. I'm getting older, and those things do happen. 8-6, 69, 66, ready to rock and roll. It's just not doing it, and it's taking a little bit longer, which is good. And I'll be all right. I appreciate you. All right, folks. Thank you, George, for the comment. I didn't see that out there on my restream chat. I had to look at Facebook to see it. 8 and 6 will be side by side. This will be the battle for the lead. Ankenbauer and Tuisku, they were bumping earlier, so we'll see just how the restart's going to be. Make sure it's clean. 8 gets a go. It's a green flag. 66 of Parker Hamilton behind. 69 and the 81 there. We'll see how the corner works for him. See anybody drips up the racetrack here as Tuisku drops back. Shappy involved in something here on pit road. What happened here? Shappy just got on the lead lap and he got punted. What in the world? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There's a lot of accordion going on here. And I want to look at this. He goes, he goes, he goes. Maybe. Maybe having a checkup. I'm not quite sure. He did. Oh. 01 gets right into the 45. That is unfortunate. And so he's back on pit road. Just got back on the lead lap. And iRacing kind of messing him up there for a little bit, I think. And dang it. All right, everybody coming in. Kevin Bullock into pit road as well. Kevin is the 01. 66, Parker Hamilton trying to wall tap it off. 8 out front of Ankenbauer. These drivers going to roll. All right, folks, they're going to do it. I'm going to save a little bit. There is Kevin Bullock. That is not the... He's getting some stuff taken care of there. All right, come on now. Here it is. All right, let's look at the caution here, folks. I had to step away for a moment. Let's see, Outreed involved. Here's a look. Outreed went to turn down in front of the 33. And man, one more look at that. One more time for our chase view. Boom. So 33 had a run on Al Reed right here. And Al had a run on the 81. He's going to try to go to the inside. 33 gets in the corner a little late behind Al Reed. Al Reed was trying to come down right there. Full hard racing incident for both of those drivers. All good. 33 looks clean though, so he should be all right. Gunnarson's going to be in second. Anthony Garland's going to be out front. Let's see, Keith back here. Who's your lucky dog? Not sure who your lucky dog at that time was. And Kevin's on pit road. James was your lucky dog. There's your lucky dog right there. 12 laps to go. The lights are going to be off on the pace car. Good to see you all out there. Thank you so much to all the folks having some fun. What's up, man? Race is done. Shappy, I saw you, man. I saw you got punted. I did. I don't think Dave meant to do that. With all the checkups that were going on right there with the drivers, he just didn't anticipate it, and he got into us. Or not, Kevin, sorry, the 01. Kevin didn't mean to do that. I'm sure he probably feels awful about that. I'm trying to have a great day. I'm trying to feel better. That's the big one. But outside of that, doesn't matter. These guys deserve a better race call, and that's what I'm going to give them. 81-33, 71-12, 494. That's going to be your front three rows on the restart here. And we'll see just where they are. Jack Wyborn out of the race. Bullock out. Shappy, you're in 20th right now. Good to see you out there, buddy. Good to see everybody out there. 12 laps to go. And they're just going to need some hard racing here. Indy's a good track, and it's a fun track to drive for the series, and hopefully they'll be able to make it work. And it's hard to just tighten it back up without having a little bit of checkup when it comes to being the back portion of the racetrack. But that's part of restarts, is making sure that you're bumper to bumper here, and letting the gears kind of determine where you're going to be. Leon or Lejeune? Ooh. James lit up the tires back here. Something happened right there. Saw the smoke coming out of that car. Hopefully he's good. Oh, he's there into the 13, trying to drop down. 13 is there. I wonder if crew chief is not working for some of these folks, and it's letting them know that they're clear when they're not clear. 37 gets some left side now. He's there to the inside of the 13. Right now, Gunnarsson going for the lead. He gets out in front of Redford. Redford trying to make some things work. He's going to be there to the bottom. Everybody's trying to clear themselves, and remember the phrase "aggressive goes around." Dave Dern in the 24. He's trying to make up some ground too. Caution comes back out. Josh Bromfield involved. 7th caution of the race. We'll take a look at that one. There is the spread of the race. Langton right behind him. He's trying to shove him here. Let's take a look. He drops to the inside, and ouch. Bromfield hard into the wall there. Hopefully he's not wearing a butt kicker. That would have hurt. Tell you what, I know that Sean's trying to get himself up the race line here, and these two clear Garland. They're 3 wide for a moment. Let's see how it develops into the corner. I think the 81 is just a little bit slow in the corner, so drivers go around to the outside of them. 12 gets a run. 81 stays low. 7 gets to the back bumper of the 12 here. Gives him a nice little bump, and I would have set myself up for the corner here to be able to make the pass on corner exit of 3 instead. 7 sets himself down to the bottom there and tries to go to the inside of the driver he was shoving. He gave all the momentum. That's the thing about these cars, is that you're giving if you bump draft somebody, you're giving the momentum to the car in front of you, and then if you try to go to the inside on a corner, especially here at Indianapolis, the car in front of you is assuming that you're going to stay there for a moment because you're approaching the corner together, and that just didn't work into that advantage. So breaking down races is a little tough, and trying not to say, well, this is you're wrong, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that. But in the grand scheme of things, what I see out of this is that patience is kind of just out the window. You can make better moves being a little bit more patient on the first couple, especially on the first couple of laps. Keith is going to get a lap back. He's going to be back around. He's going to be your lucky dog, and should be on the lead lap this time by. So we have 17 drivers on the lead lap. James Garland, he came off pit road, and he still finds himself a couple of laps down here. So we'll see just what's going to happen. So Keith comes around. He gets his track position back. Big racetrack to be able to come around, get yourself back to pit road, get your tires, things taken care of. Man, 13 was beating the ruin too. That's what I wanted to. I was trying to figure out why you weren't the lucky dog laps prior to that, and I guess that was the case. Man, oh man, that's unfortunate. You can't. So that's the big thing, folks. If you're out there on iRacing is computer generated, computer scored. So when you are the lucky dog, if you get involved in any incident, it takes the lucky dog away from you, even if it's under caution. So if the 09 right now were to before he was released for the lucky dog position, if he were to get you get into the wall, or somebody who came up and tapped him on the bumper, then he wouldn't get that lucky dog. He'd go to the next driver, and that's what I was seeing there. I guess now I have answers. That's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Man, oh man. Like seeing everybody, I understand. Could be worse though. Other than not being able to finish the race. I mean, I saw you got back in the lead lap, and I just, I feel for each of the drivers. Yeah, I do. I feel for the ones that are super fast. I feel for the ones that are out there learning. I really do. Feel for the middle of the pack as well, because I'm a middle pack driver. I'm not one that's going to be the fastest on the long run or fastest on the short run. I'm going to be the guy that's going to be right there in the middle of the pack and just want to finish the race. If I just so happen to win, then I just so happen to win. If I lose, I lose. Not a big deal. And what I see is, some leagues, they have super clean racing because the drivers show each other the respect over the course of the racetrack to be able to determine what's the finish, where that finish is going to be. Hard racing is hard racing. Patience is probably the hardest thing for drivers to remember, that even with 8 laps to go here, it's still 8 to 8.5 minutes of racing left, based on the restart here. And that's a lot of time and a lot of corners to be able to try to make some moves. And right now, it's all about that drivability. Beat and bang on the last lap for your position. Don't beat and bang, on pace and in the rest of the field. But it is what it is. Pace car's in. 37 back here locks it up. They go 3 wide there. Drivers are done with the patience. I see it in the course of the racetrack. I really do. Rooting for Matt there. Matt, ever since he's found himself in dirty air, he hasn't been able to get himself around the drivers in front of him. We'll see here. He's back to third as Solander is going to be there in front of him. Gunnarsson rolls the corner here. He's on the straightaway. 71 gives a nice run to the back bumper of the 4. That's something that you can do, is that you can you can push them where you want them to go. 71 runs high here. Be back there to the back quarter panel. No, Redford trying to roll. Ford turns him. Same concept, same thing happened again. Redford trying to save it here, and he's going to drop here. Gunnarsson, clean restart, doing a phenomenal job here. You can move people, and Slander did just that. He moved Redford back, the back quarter panel. And if it wasn't for the fact that Redford was able to save that, we'd had another caution. So opportunities and chances. How to find your way. Ford in second, Tyler Humphrey in third. Unfortunate. Langton in fourth. Redford still needs to clear. Parker Hamilton up high. Steven to the 66, rolling 8 to the inside of the 66. 24 is going to be there as well. 13 and Mark Duffy, 66 to the 24. They're beating and banging still. Awareness is, track awareness and driver awareness is just, it's been hard this race. 5 laps to go, 771. Langton to the inside. Redford trying to go back at it again. 24 is going to be up front. I'm sorry, 94 is going to be up front. That's going to be, looking at it, Tyler Humphrey going backwards a little bit. 21 hooks the corner. 7's going to be there. Matt Redford back to third. And Redford now has 5 laps, basically 4.5 laps to get himself rolling. The bump on Redford was not needed. Casey, yes, I agree. That's something that we've seen over the course of the incidents here. Things that have happened were things that were not needed and not needed to be done. And, you know, trying to get into the corner, you don't want to be on the quarter panel of somebody getting into the corner because you're not going to clear that driver unless you would. So I've called a lot of races, folks, and the way that I've seen the cleanest of passes working is like right now Langton is setting himself up for the corner in each drive line. If you're going to make a pass, you're going to a clean pass, you're going to make it closer to the straightaway and have the run on the corner and basically pull a drag race out of them. That's going to be the better corner exit. You can pass somebody if you have a head of speed going into the corner and passing them on the exit of the corner if they give you the room. The thing is that most of these drivers are going to drive into the white line, and that's where they're going to be. That's just the way it works. Right now, 0.8 of a second to Redford, who had to put a little bit more pressure on those tires to get them rolling. Langton in fourth, though. He's still having at least a decent race. Tyler Humphrey back to fifth here. Dave Duran rebounding. He's trying to have a cleaner race. David Ankenbauer back here as well, the 16, or the 8 in seventh. Redford runs the fastest lap of the race, 52.57, and he's driving like a PO teenager that wants this race back. 3 laps to go. Man, oh man. Casey, thanks for the like on the stream as well. Appreciate you. Jonas needs to hold on. Redford needs to full send. He went from 1.4 seconds back now to 0.4 of a second. And remember, turnaround's fair play. If the 71 gets to the back bumper of the 4 and you see him push him up the wall, well, then you know exactly. Ooh, he blinks. Man, that right there is unfortunate for Redford. It killed all that momentum. Somebody blinks in front of you, you just don't have the pace. 2 laps to go, 71 up high. 71 makes the tries to make the pass on the high side. He's going to be working to clear here. 7 is going to be right there with him. Redford setting himself up for corner exit here. Drops into 2. Now Langton all over the back bumper. 71's going to go high. Going to pull the draft to the 33. A mistake by the 4 here. As the 4 tries to help his teammate defend. 71 is going to be up the racetrack just a little bit. 4 still trying to clear. 71's going to be there. The 4 is defensively driving. And if the 4 turns him, Langton trying to find a groove here. Gunnarsson has got the race line. He's got it determined. 71 up high. Langton's going to be there as well. This is the battle here. And defensive driving got Gunnarsson the lead he has right now. There's no way anybody's going to be able to catch him. 0.4 of a second. There's no way. So Lander utilizing the inside line to win this one. 71's going to drop in the corner. He's going to force the 4 up the racetrack. That's a move that Matt should have done before that, then he would have had an opportunity. So Redford's going to come around. Gunnarsson's going to get a second win or third win of the season at Indianapolis. And his teammate defensively driving, Sean Langton, might finish third here. We'll see. The 4 going to end up in the wall at the very end. Matt Redford comes home second. Gunnarsson gets another win. Does a great job. Has a great race. Had the great restarts. And a lot of moves behind him. Congrats to the 33. He had a good race. Jonas Gunnarsson, lighten him up. He celebrates and burns it down. And wins the Brickyard here. Classic track for a ton of drivers. Good run. Jump in the old broadcast booth here. Make sure we got everybody taken care of. Turn on their audio channels. Gunnarsson had a good race. He had a great restart there. There was nothing wrong with what Gunnarsson did there. I think behind him, there's a lot of things that happened there that that can be considered hard racing, and some of it can be considered doing too much to try to save things. But I tell you what, the 4 did exactly what he needed to do to help his teammate. He tried to take the inside line away from Matt Redford each and every lap, and Redford finally made it work in consideration of what they were doing. So outside of that, that's the way it is. You did a good job. I'd love to see Gunnarsson and Redford be able to finish it without I agree. I think that would have made for some good racing, but I think they didn't have anything for him at the end, especially with 2 laps to go. Jonas, congratulations on the race win here. You had great restarts. You had a great plan of action. You had the cleanest race of all. And once you found clean air, you were able to hold on to it. Walk me through this one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was, I think Matt Redford had some good pace, but my teammate managed to hold him off, so never got in a fight with him.
Yeah, that's what we were actually just talking about, how your teammate did the right thing there towards the end, just trying to make sure that he helped you out. Whether he finished second or third, he was holding the inside line, trying to take that pace away, which was very smart, a very good move there. But I mean, you still had the great restarts. This does not take away from what you did here. You had the opportunity there to keep pace, and once Redford found dirty air, you were the driver to beat there. So just congratulations. It was a great drive by you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the car was really tight when we were in dirty air. And I want to say thank you to my sponsors, SimLab, Alcantech. Thank you.
Absolutely. Jonas, I look forward to seeing you win more races.
Yeah, thank you. I hope so.
I hope so too, man. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
See ya. That's Jonas. Man, a little words, but it has a big impact on the series. He did a great job. Next driver up, Matt, I didn't put his name up, but dang it, Matt Redford finishes in second. Man, oh man, they had the inside line on you there for a little bit. You were the man. I think you were the man to beat here. Jonas had great restarts. Lot of inside line contact. Lot of things that you don't normally see on the oval circuit. Today was that day. Walk me through this one.
Well, for the first like 20 laps or so, it was just fresh air the entire way. I was leading, I had a good gap, and then the first caution came out. I messed up that pit stop, and then that dropped me to like P3. Kept going, then another pit stop, messed that one up. So for me, it was just I kept cacking up restarts and pit stops, and that kept pushing me back down the field. And then I'd work my way back up, and then another pace car would come out, and I was getting more and more frustrated as the race went on, because I like definitely had the pace to win. Quite, I think. Yeah, if not for that punt on the, final like 5 laps or whatever.
Yeah, that the final 5 laps. You got. So we all talk about the Indy Oval. Indy Oval is if you're driving straight into the corner, and I mean straight in the corner, was what we saw today, and you've got somebody above you, that natural line is going to drift that car up, and if you can't clear yourself or at least be halfway inside of that vehicle in the turn, you might want to back it down, and that's something we didn't see today. Is that kind of the drive line that you would expect here at the Indy Oval?
Yeah, I mean, I did a very similar move on the last lap to get second, where he left the tiniest of gaps on the inside, and I just thought, well, if I touch him and he spins out, sort it. That's
But it happened.
I wouldn't have done it intentionally, like absolutely not. I sentenced it and I made the move. There's a little bit of bumping, but if I spun him out, I would have just probably been like, oh well, it's karma. But I managed to save it, and that I think I'm prouder of that than the second place. That save.
Yeah. Well, it did set you up to be able to hunt him back down. And that happened on lap 8, or 8 laps to go. Sorry. And that was something I saw whenever you were catching him back up, and I said, well, if you see Matt punt him in the back bumper to move him up the racetrack, well, you know why. And that, not that would have been, retaliation, like, in a hard way that would have ruined his race. But if you would have gotten to the point to the back bumper, if you would have done it, that would have moved him up the racetrack. You probably would have been a little bit more aggressive on the move because of what happened before. And that's something that I could see being, all right. I wouldn't say turnaround is fair play, but turnaround is fair play. You said karma. That's pretty much what I would see. And we want to see drivers race each other with respect. But if you punt somebody, well,
I'm glad I didn't wreck him.
Yep.
Like, I'm glad I actually made that move. And I would be a lot more annoyed if I didn't manage to crawl back up to second. Like, last week I also got punted off by Jonas on the last like 2 laps.
Mm-hmm.
Which cost me second place again. So, I'm just happy to finally finish this race and do it with some good points.
I tell you what, you're one to always to contend with. You got some, I'm going to call them cheerleaders, but you got some folks out there rooting for you, some fans in the chat. So if they tune in every week to see what's going to happen to you, then there we go. But I'm glad to see you get out there and get the pace. I really do think you had the pace to win this one, even. If you had 2 or 3 more laps, I think this was your race.
Yeah, I mean, just before I got punted, I thought, like, I immediately just forgot about the driver behind. So I was like, this is I can get a good run out of here, because I was very, very good out of the turn 4 at the entire race.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the car was really, really good in rotation, so I was able to get the power down before like Jonas could, and I thought, this is it, this is the run, and then just a little love tap.
Little one, it's a baby one. It was a baby one. It wasn't a bam, but all right, man. It's always a pleasure, Matt. Congrats on a P2 finish here, and moving on to next week. This one's gone. This one's forgotten. Good points, good run. And where are we at next week? We were at Indy this week, Indy Oval. Actually, you're going to be off next week, but back at Homestead. Homestead, I've seen you do well at, so you're going to have Homestead in a nice little 75 lapper.
Yeah, I quite like Homestead. It's a fun little track.
Yep.
So hopefully I can keep up the form.
And then Talladega, and then of course the one I know that you're going to win, Watkins Glen. That one's coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that's I figured as much. You won that one when was it Joe Sixpack Racing League? Whenever I was first broadcasting you, I think that's when I saw you win. It was one
I think it was the last season.
Last season, it was last season. Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. Matt, give you shout outs, man. Congrats on a P2.
Yeah, shout out to the team again. I don't have any sponsors like Jonas, so I was watching that. You know, good for him. But you know what? Shout out to my mum and dad. They brought me home some supper, you know, from me a little takeaway. So thanks for them. And you know, Shappy, you know, Casey, the team, Stephen, Jack, and Chris.
Matt, we're gonna have to work out some sponsors for you.
I've got you on the car, like, so
that's
shout
right.
Shout out to you. Thank you for broadcasting all these weeks and putting yourself through this torture.
Well, this isn't torture. What was torture today is that I haven't been feeling well for about 4 or 5 days. And what's torture is I'm trying to call your races and call these races, and I feel like absolute trash. And I'm like, they deserve better. They deserve better.
No, we don't. You deserve better. You deserve better racing.
Oh well. Hopefully, you know, patience is like I want to type in the general. Please be patient.
I'll do that. I'll do that for you. I'll take the blame.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, they're gonna go back and listen and be like, Jason said to be patient on the on the chat. So, Matt, always a pleasure, man. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you. That's the man, Matt Redford. Oh, guys, the racing's not bad. It's not. I'm not saying the racing's bad at all. It's actually good racing. It's just when you get out there and you see that, you know that these guys can do better. You know that you can see better out of them, and you know that you can get in there and you can find, you can just give pointers and say, hey, this is where the drive line is. This is a natural reaction for drivers, and it's a simulator. It's a video game. You don't know people's intentions behind their own sim rigs, so you have to take that with a grain of salt. And you know, moves get made all the time. You know, we see moves like that get made in NASCAR, and it's nationally televised, and so that's the bad guy. And you know, I'm not saying that the Ford did a great job for his teammate. That is the reason why Gunnarsson had the lead he had, and Gunnarsson said so himself. And so there's nothing wrong with that at all. The Ford did a great job at making it tough for Redford at the end to get that P2, and Redford, he sent in the corner. He just did a little bit more clean and didn't come up the racetrack a little bit to make sure that the Ford didn't finish where he did. He finished fourth. He had a big battle with Langton at the end, and Sean was going to finish there. They did the classic door bang at the end of the race to do that, and so they kind of got collected a little bit. But other than that, nothing bad with it. I'm not complaining, and I do apologize about the first basically half of the race. Just not feeling the greatest, and trying to work out, you know, getting myself into it. And I've been trying to get motivated for a couple hours to feel better, and it's just starting to actually break up and come to me. Medicine is finally actually working. Trying to rest, trying to make sure I take care of things. So I apologize about that to the league and to everybody out there, but I'm normally better. We'll be better for tonight for the No Toad Racing League, and that'll be a little bit later. But there's nothing wrong with these guys. There's nothing wrong with the drivers. There's nothing wrong with. I'm not saying anything negative when it comes to that. But what I'd like to see out of every driver everywhere, not just in this league, is the fact that you can do more passing and have harder racing and have better racing, better feeling racing, if you take a little bit of patience and you apply it to the knowledge that your wheels are going to fall off here, and this is where you need to make those moves. How do you manipulate the car in front of you to make the move that you need to? Because you're going to have less people irritated at you if you just stop trying to send it into a corner and punt them every time. That's what gives you a bad rep in leagues and in racing, is if you try to just continue to do that. You know, nobody has a. If these cars cost you, say, here's an idea for the simulator, folks. If at the end of the race you had to pay 10 cents for every 10% of damage over the course of the race, and basically have to pay to fix your car, do you think you'd take better care of it? if you had to pay a quarter for every set of tire that you used, do you think that you'd take better care of it? Not saying it's a lot of money, but if you take in consideration how much money that I've put into, I've got over $1,800 just in tracks and cars for the simulator. Because I broadcast all these races. And this is over the course of 2 years trying to make sure that I have everything I need for these folks to be able to take care of it. So I almost own everything on the simulator because I've called every type of race there is to call. If you start adding that up on top of paying for the repairs on your vehicle to be able to use it in the next race, quote unquote, like to do in NASCAR, do you think they take better care of it? Do you think you'd be more aware of what was going on out there? So, I'm not saying anything's bad. I'm saying that they had a great start to the race and things were patient, and then the patience kind of went off the rail after that first or second caution. And I'd like to see everybody race hard, but I hate seeing that they get into each other like that. And some of it's intentional, some of it's, I would say intentional, some of it's unintentional, some of it's just track awareness and knowing the line and knowing the drive and getting out there and practicing, making sure that you're not showing up 5 minutes before qualifying and not running a lap, just kind of the things that to keep in mind, not just for this league, but for every league ever, be in mind. All right. I'm not trying to rant and rave and I'm not trying to make waves, but I want this league to make waves and to be the best Sunday afternoon. But I want people to tune away from NASCAR to watch this series. That's what I want. So, and because of that, I care about every broadcast that I do, and I care about how I represent people and how I make them look. And that is absolutely the case of what I want to see. So, folks, much love. I appreciate you all, and I appreciate the series and the drivers. And that's not to take away from Sean Langton, who was beating and banging all day. He was trying to put himself in position, but he was doing it in a way that was a little bit more clean. He did make, I think, one mistake that kind of turned somebody a little bit, but he was able to rebound from that, and other drivers were able to rebound from that as well. But Jonas, he had the restart of the ages, and he did a fantastic job. So congratulations to Jonas for the race win here, second one of the season, I do believe, second or third. I don't have the stats pulled up right now, but second or third, and they're killing it. And much love to everybody and into this series. It's not me that I care about being frustrated. It's the drivers, because if that frustration still lingers into next week, well, then we're going to see punting. And I don't want to see punting, or not next week, but the week after. We want to see these folks have good races and come out and be like, you know what, that was a good race. I've only finished 10th, but it felt like it was fun, and it was what it was. But much love. Thank you to Nerds Doing Nerd Things for being part of the series here, and thank you to everybody out there for being awesome. I look forward to seeing you the next one, folks, and man, just gonna be awesome. Thank you.